Hello and welcome to Badminton Racket Review and to this test session for the Kawasaki Superlight 5800. Sorry, 6800. My apologies, 6800. Yeah, correct. Okay, so we will start as we normally do, going through the racket specifications according to Kawasaki and comparing them to our own E-zone testing. Racket weight is 6U. This is a 6U racket weight. Hopefully by now everybody watching knows the weight categories. So 3U 85 to 90 and 4U 80 to 85 and so on and so forth. So this is a 6U weight category racket, and our E-zone testing shows it to weigh 78.8 grams. So super lightweight. This is very, very light, and that's with the BG65 and Kawasaki grip. Balance on this is crazy head heavy. It's saying fully all out, so the weight in the shaft towards the head balance point. And the E-zone testing for this racket shows it to be a very head heavy racket as well. The shaft flexibility as medium, it shows it to be medium flex from Kawasaki. Our test, E-zone testing, shows this to be a very flexible shaft. Okay, other information. This is a G1 grip, and it is super heavy balance. Yeah, got that. Made in China. The frame is made of 30 tons of high modulus graphite, and the shaft is made of 30 tons of high modulus graphite. The handle is in wood. We are selling this racket on our racket sale site at www.badminton-racket-review.com for £70, and that makes it a pretty good value for money option. The paint job on this is a matte finished paint job, and it's really typically Kawasaki. Is not quite to the standards of the Spider or the King, but absolutely still very nicely done. Really decent job. As I say, it's not quite the Kawasaki or Spider, but it's nice. It's a nice bright and colourful effort, and as with Kawasaki, executed to really high standards. Take a look at these close-up pictures and see what you think for yourself. Okay, specifications are done. Let's go to the E-zone. Okay, so before we start our E-zone testing, what do you need to know about how we test our rackets? Well, first of all, we use the same shuttles, the Yonex AS30s on all tests. We re-string all of the rackets with Yonex BG65 at 25 pounds tension, and it's the same player taking all of the shots. Right, now you have some basic understanding of how we test. Let's move on to the smash test. The smash shot that you're seeing here, and for all of the rackets we've tested within Badminton Racket Reviews E-zone, we take generally 6 shots. We take the 2 highest racket shuttle speeds, and we average those to give us a overall speed. If those two readings are not within a certain percentage of each other, we then retake the entire test. This shot measures the shuttle speed coming off the racket head, and also if you go across to the E-zone, you'll see a picture similar to the one you're looking at on the screen now, which accompanies every single racket within the E-zone. So that's nearly 650 or more rackets, with this kind of smash JPEG showing you the racket head speed, the shuttle speed, the distance, and the approximate repulsion of the racket. Okay, now we're going to do an E-zone maneuver test. The maneuver shots was designed to tell us about the racket's acceleration abilities, its ability to shift from one direction to the other or shift quickly from nothing to full speed. It also tests the racket's aerodynamics. In this test, the player is sitting still with the racket, and once the shuttle is fired, and we measure the shuttle speed to ensure we have consistency within the tests, so it's coming at the same speed all the time, or roughly the same speed as much as we can control anyway. And then the player reacts once the shuttle is fired to hit the shuttle, and we are measuring the head speed of the racket during that test. Okay, so they're done. Now it's E-zone control test time. The control test is a simplistic test. We've thought many times if there was any other better way of creating a test where we are focusing on the control of the racket and able to score it, and we so far haven't come up with anything better. So this control test is essentially a test where we have 14 shots taken. You're not seeing all the shots on the control video. We generally film half or less of the shots taken. The green bucket here scores maximum, the grey scores slightly less, and anything in the net or out scores nothing at all. So what is our conclusion after using this Kawasaki Superlight 6800? Well, I went onto the Racket Review E-zone here and I just looked back at the Superlight 5800, 6820 and 6830 that we've tested in previous years. And actually they're really comparative. You know, the performance is really quite consistent over the years. It's been pretty much the same kind of game. One of the issues when you're using this racket is because it is so light, and it is so light, and the balance is so towards the head, getting the control right is not easy. It takes a lot of practice to get that control correct. The other thing you're going to miss out on is decent smash power. It's not going to offer very good smashing capabilities. However, in all other areas, defensively speaking, overhead shots, tiring you out, speed, liveliness, it's really good. So I suppose what we're saying here is definitely cannot use this. It's not suitable for singles. Although it makes overhead shots a breeze. Really easy to do overhead shots with racket, but its lack of power could be a problem perhaps, and the control difficulty could be a problem. So I would not recommend it for singles players. However, doubles players, people who do not rely on their smash for finishing the rally, people who only use their smash to keep the shuttle in a downward direction, so that you're not giving your opponent the opportunity to lift back to you, you know. And if you're engaging then into a drive situation, if you need repulsion to push the shuttle past your clears, all of that, it's actually amazing at all of that. Anything speed related, it's actually really very effective. So I would give it the thumbs up for doubles players at £69, because it's different to the, it has somehow a different, the Venom is where you're kind of going into the Venom territory. That's about £45, is a more lethal racket, but the Superlight 6800 has got a slightly bigger sweet spot, so you're going to have to be less careful on where you're striking with this racket. The Venom is definitely more powerful than this racket, but perhaps offers slightly less repulsion than this racket. So again, we're getting loads of rackets falling in between our current champions, and this I think is definitely worth a shot. I would consider it if you can forego letting go of a bit of the smash power, because you will be letting go of smash power if you take this racket on, but for all other shots it's actually really good. Lady players out there, if you're playing at the front of the net, you know, you're doing traditional mixed as opposed to levels mixed. If you're doing traditional mixed with the ladies at the front and your job is to try to block off some of these smashes or drives coming through, this is great for that, absolutely great for that. That kind of work this racket is brilliant for. Okay, well I hope that's helped you. The full detailed review is on the E-Zone. By now surely you know what the E-Zone is. If you don't, there will be a video tour at the end of this video. Anyone using this racket, this Kawasaki Superlight 6800, are you using it? Will you buy it? If you will, do leave a review. If you're an E-Zone member, leave a review on the E-Zone. If you're not, leave a review on any of the social platforms you're following. So important that as a community we are all offering our feedback. This is not like some of the forums out there where you're not allowed to say what you really feel. You know, as long as you're being constructive and helpful, you will be allowed to say what you want, and we do monitor any comments left on any of our social forums so that people aren't bullied by other people, which is what happens on the forums. So please do leave your views on these rackets. We're so grateful for the support. We're so grateful for all the comments, for all the comments on improvement, for all the compliments. Obviously compliments are always nice, but you know, people who take interest, and I'm telling you, when I say people take interest, people really take interest and ask us so many questions. People have offered advice on improvement on the platform, the E-Zone platform, which we've taken seriously and we will improve. And it's awesome. It's awesome. You know, I would just wish I was multilinguistic, because some of the messages we're getting in languages we cannot easily translate. Even with Google Translate, it's not accurate, but it's brilliant. It's brilliant. Thank you very much from all over the world, to wherever you are. Thank you so much. I think we're done here today. We will see you on the next video.